Welcome back to Local Notes. I'm your host, Randy Prasad. And folks, I got a huge event for you. If you're into Latin culture, Latin music, and Latin dance, and you want to have a competitive spirit too, almost like a World Cup feel. Guys, get a load of this. A fusion of a Masquerade Ball, a World Cup mentality atmosphere, mix it with Latin dance. Guys, nothing says it better than Natalia here. The World Latin Dance Cup Qualifiers and Masquerade Ball will be kicking off Saturday, September 20th at 7 p.m. at the Opletic Banquet Hall. Folks, this is going to be a huge extravaganza. You guys really want to be a part of this because it's absolutely going to be a lot of fun. And I've got some amazing guests on board with me. To my the two here on my left here, far left, we have Geraldine Raymond, Sarasa Pacheco. They're the two-time, get a load of this, folks, I didn't even know this, two-time Junior Salsa World Champions. Champions of the world, so congratulations. And they didn't even bring the gold for us to show off on here. And to my immediate left, I have Vanessa Stay. She's the one that's the owner of the Latin Energy organization. Studio, exactly. Vanessa Stay. And there's no staying happening in your studio because there's constant movement. Tell us, first of all, about what is this event? I mean, you're thinking salsa, you're thinking merengue, you're thinking dancing, you're thinking culture of a Latin history, and so much more. Tell us about this event. This is really phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so every year we host the Masquerade Ball, which is just for our guests to get to dress up and feel, like they're going to a ball, right? Combining that with Latin dancing. Right. So now we used to have only shows, basically hire the best of the best around Toronto, sometimes Montreal or anywhere nearby. Okay. And we would do this show. But this year we're combining it and we're actually having the World Cup Qualifier.
Right.
So this is a dance competition. The people that actually come to attend, they get to watch the best of the best. We're going to have our 4-time Salsa World Champions here. They're born in Mexico, but they live in Montreal, so they're going to be coming to qualify.
Right. So wait, explain quickly about the World Cup component. I mean, you have participants around the world that compete in different organizations, or is this one conglomerate organization?
So there is one World Cup that happens in Miami every year. And each country holds a qualifier.
Oh, okay.
So when you pre-qualify, then you just go to Miami straight to the semifinals to compete. But if you don't pre-qualify, then you have to actually go to Miami, take a chance of not getting into the competition because there's so many contestants. So it's good to pre-qualify in your own country.
Now this is really phenomenal because you guys are the 2-time Salsa World Junior Champions from Mississauga, and you've been on the same stages of all these other cities around the world, and you brought that title back here to Peel Region. What does it feel like for you guys?
Well, it's just such an honor, and it's such an experience to be able to travel like that, especially doing it with somebody that I love, my own family, just my sister, and it's just such a different experience than staying at home playing video games all day. It's
you got the athleticism, and you get to travel the world. How's it like hanging out and performing with your big brother? Is it the same thing like being at the dinner table too?
It's okay.
I'll tolerate him. Who's a better dancer though?
I'd have to say her.
I
have to say her. I have to say her.
So you want to keep dancing.
But you really hit a really good point. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of kids your age. You guys are just, finishing off high school, going into grade 11. Some people go out and playing out in the yard or video games or whatnot, or on social media. You guys have embarked on, I wouldn't say a career, but a really inspiring path of dance, Latin fusion. What motivated you guys to partake this activity? And to go to the level you guys are at right now?
Well, actually, our parents are the ones that started us, and they started taking lessons with Vanessa State. And a funny story that we actually started taking over, and we started joining the lessons, started trying new things, and they decided to put us in. They thought it would be for fun, but we ended up sticking with it for 8 years, and ever since she was 5 and I was 7, we've been dancing ever since.
And how has that changed you as a person too? I mean, do you find that when you're out there, you're seeing the world, you're out there performing on stage, does it change you and the people that you associate with at your age?
Well, yes. It kind of makes me feel like it's a lot of fun.
Right.
I feel like
well, it's always a party. Yeah. I mean, I'm going out dancing. All right, win us some gold. That's the only requirement.
It's a very different. It's a very different mentality than. As being teenagers, we didn't have that life where we got to go out and with friends every single day because we had practice and we had to stay home and focus on other things. We didn't have that chance to be able to say, oh, I'm going out, Mom, I'm doing this. So in a sense, I feel it helped us grow up. In a sense, sort of skip not saying that it's a bad thing to go through that,
Well, no, but you're also
we have to
empowering
deal
other
with
people too,
adults.
as well.
We have to deal with adults that are twice our age, 3 times our age.
Right.
Have to know how to talk to people properly. Like,
Yeah.
have interviews. You know,
Right,
it's not a
exactly.
normal thing I'd be saying at 16.
Exactly, and you guys are fit and are in shape, and it's like it's amazing. I mean, in your studio too, you see all kinds of athletes like this and performers like this. How does that make you feel in terms of the studio you represent and the teachings that we do in our community? How does that bring? What does it bring to
It
you?
actually makes you feel so grateful to be able to touch people's lives, because a lot of the times they come to dance either after, you know, a divorce, or it could be many different things in their life that they're going through, and they find this happiness in dance.
They channel that.
Yeah,
through dance.
so it's not just, you know, it makes you stay fit and have a new social network.
Right.
You meet friends and you go out, and it's just, you know, you get to touch people's lives.
On September 20th, we have the World Latin Dance Cup big extravaganza. It's a competitive environment, or is it anyone can come in and dance and compete? Like, how do you get involved in this particular
So
event?
anyone can attend
Okay.
As part of a guest.
Okay.
So you buy your
As a
ticket
spectator.
as a spectator, exactly. So you watch the show. After the show, we're gonna have a social dance.
Okay.
So here's where you get to dance, and if you don't know, there's lots of people there that can help
Right.
you out.
Exactly.
We're
Many
there,
people
right?
willing to teach you.
So we can teach you how to dance.
Yeah. Good. You guys can teach me that.
It's a
because
big family.
I'm the worst dancer out there. I'm like, you don't want to be dancing with me. Bodies will get hurt. So yes, yes, please teach
That's
me.
right.
But you know what? That's amazing. And how many years have you guys been doing this activity?
Well, I started when I was 5, and they've also started when they were 5. So
Okay.
you don't want to say how many years.
No.
That's a long time. Yeah. So, but
Absolutely.
for the event.
But
you
tell us
mentioned
really quickly though, because we're running out of time. Where can we find you guys on Facebook, Twitter, and on your website to get more details?
LatinEnergy.ca.
Okay.
And also on Facebook as Latin Energy Dance Company.
Absolutely. You know what? Make sure you check it out on September 20th at 7 p.m. The World Latin Dance Cup, and Masquerade Ball. Folks, from top to bottom, Local Notes hosts all types of amazing events and community initiatives all across the 4 corners of Peel region, and we're glad you guys are on board with that. With that in mind, we say good afternoon, good night, and thanks for tuning in. We'll be back with more next time of Local Notes. I'm Randy Prasad. See you around.